My first years as a professional Amazon seller, I thought it was all about the data, all the time. That's all I built into our systems. If there was a problem facing our business, let's get data in and help us make that decision. Well, that does work, but I come before you now to tell you it's not going to solve all your problems. You have to develop skills outside of logistics and numbers. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the customer and figure out what they want. Like really, envision yourself and the purchases that you've made. What led you to those decisions? Well, I guarantee what I'm going to talk about right here is going to help you to know where to spend your time. We're talking today about click-through. I think in the first 7 years that I was selling on Amazon, listening to click-through just seemed like something that people said, something to be measured. But what is it actually measuring? How should you be worrying about this? If you've got a low SKU count, I hope by the end of this video you're so enthused by what you learned that you improve all of your product pages. If you have a high SKU count, there's some easy things you can and should do. Let's dive in. When thinking about click-through, this is all about things, what makes your product stand out. What you have to understand is how little control you have. There's not a lot of levers you have here, maybe 4 or 5 things. And so that's where all the battle lies. It lies in, your main image, any badges that you might be able to get, reviews that you have collected, and then your price. Title is there, but it's not quite as important as so much for indexing. I don't think title is very important for click-through. I just don't think people read it. That's my opinion, and me as a shopper. When you're browsing 30 awesome images, the last thing you're doing is looking at a title. Well, let's jump in, and here's a very competitive product, keto chocolate. And you can see a bunch of sponsored ones, and here's the ones that have made it to the top. And so here we got a bestseller badge. We have a quality image that kind of shows what they're getting, and here they're showing that you're going to get 3. Title, grocery has a little bit more context about what you're getting. That's important to note if you're in grocery where you're dealing with a lot of times with bundles or kits. The number of reviews, and the score of those reviews, and your price per ounce, and the Prime badge. I actually found out the Prime badge will only show if you are logged in on a Prime active account. I did that incognito, and sure enough, the Prime badge is not here. Also notice that if the Prime for Prime users, the order in organic actually flipped. This zero chocolate is ranked first. And then here where Prime is considered, it ranks 3rd. So well-performing product that just does better with non-Prime users. So I want to jump in and make sure that we really tackle the things that matter. There's another product to look at, calcium supplements. So what's going to make you click, or shoppers, click on something? And you can't overestimate this Amazon's Choice badge. And this is something you don't control. You just you gain it through good selling. And I guarantee you, the moment you get it on a good keyword, you'll notice in your sales. Look what they're also doing. They're adding a coupon, and notice the effects that this has on how you're viewing the entire thing. You see this green badge, no one else has it. And it's a significant coupon. Looks like they also have subscribe and save. And what would make you more likely to click on a product? Just think about it. What is in your consideration? Right here, I can safely say that this quality of bottle image, even down to the reflection and the shadows, does play an effect. I see 2 bottles, makes me feel like I'm getting more. We see different colors that people are selecting, and whereas this is sort of a boring product, my eye reaches out to this guy right here. They've done a pretty good job of standing out very organic colors, but the thing is this is very subjective. I'm going to show a few tricks on how we could be a little bit more objective about this to figure out how you can improve your click-through. But just being aware of these few things means where you should be focusing on prioritizing your product optimization. The hero image matters so much. Any little badge that you can get matters so much. And look at I really like what this person's doing. They have a very small coupon and they're not paying very much at all for this spot. I could make this whole episode about coupons, and I talk about them a lot because people give me good response. People say like, yeah, I started using coupons, and like, yeah, you were right. Like, it really increases the conversion rate. Absolutely should be taking advantage of that. It's probably one of the easiest things that you can be doing to increase that. All right, I just wanted to give you an idea of like what this looks like on mobile. So I got the calcium supplements again, and here we go. I really I think that the mobile experience is actually pretty streamlined. You see everything's kind of squished together a little bit, but the badges stand out even more. Amazon's Choice, these coupons, the Prime badge. These are things that, you know, when you have less real estate, the little things that you can do matter more. You see actually the titles are getting cut off a little bit. Kind of reinforces that. The title, like, you should be thinking about the title more of like an indexing thing, because in my experience, people just look at the images. Here's one thing that I did not point out, and it stands out right here, is this strike-through price, where you have a list price and you strike through. This is a technique that you can do when you're editing your product page and you put together a quote-unquote sale price. That's one way to get the strike-through price, but you know, it makes people feel like they're getting extra value. And if you could convey that, the small real estate that you have, it's only better. I'm gonna jump over to like, where can you track a click-through rate? You can track it the best only in your advertised products. So here's something that we're advertising a lot on, and here's our click-through rate. And I noticed that I've seen a correlation with a higher click-through rate to lower ACoS. When you have a high click-through rate, that affects the relevancy engine that is that Amazon's advertising is selecting, and they're gonna show your product more if people are clicking on it. So, and then you have to pay less for those bids. So in the long run, click-through rate is absolutely important, minimizing your advertising spend. And because you're essentially telling Amazon that people like this product. Now, another place to track click-through rate, organic click-through rate, is actually here in the brand analytics. So if I type in keto chocolate, I will see, those top three. And here's where I can see, click share on this first product, the organic hazelnut. This actually shows you click-through and conversion on competitors. This is you get this through brand registry. Here it is in the brand analytics. I think this is a very useful tool. It's probably one of the best places to actually create experiments of your own. If you change a hero image, you could confirm if that worked coming through there. I will say though that this is ranked by search frequency rank. If you're getting in the 200, 300, 400,000s, you're going to notice that there's too little data for this click share to be relevant. But once you get above 100,000, you should be considering this with your products. Now, if you want to really throw science at this, you're going to also have to throw money. So there's this website called PickFoo. What this does is it allows you to create experiments. Say you have 4 images and you're trying to consider which one to make your hero image. Trust me, this is the most important decision of your product page, is what is your hero image and how you can improve it. Starting at $50, you can get up to 200 people to respond to a survey of what they think about products. And you should go through their videos and see what they do. If you got a hero product, this is the type of thing that you need to do to bring science into it, because the truth is a lot of what I've been talking about right now is my opinion. Me as a shopper, I'm not the same as like, you know, I would probably take the advice of like 50 moms that are prime customers over me. And so if you really want to jump into the mind of your customer, this is an awesome place to do it. The reason I make this video is because I do think there is some some data and some science here that's just like worth learning about. So if you've had a product launch fail or a product succeed, there's a good chance that it simply was what drove the shoppers to click on your product or not. I outlined a few places where this is supremely important. Get good at these and watch your products take off. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel and share with seller groups. That will help me make more of these. Thanks, take care.